There we go. It's Monday, the 7th of April, 2025. And this is my first live of April. Yes, I'm excited about it. I've got a lot to share. It's a bit too loud. It's rocking along here. I'm going to get straight to it because there's loads to cover. Are you ready? Here we go. Here we go.
It's the start of the week. Grab your coffee cups. It's Magic Monday Live.
It's a funny way to pick up that cup, but it's got one of those handles, not quite big enough for two fingers, too big for one, and it's a weird one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Magic Monday Live. I hope you like the title for today. Feel the width. Do you remember that thing people used to say? Forget about the quality, feel the width. Is that right? Is that what people said? I think they did. Forget about the quality, feel the width. Well, that's not true. It needs to be get the width and the quality. Both of those things are important. I think it came from the tailoring industry, didn't it? When people used to try and sell you dodgy quality clothing that wasn't particularly good, but it was really thick. I remember I went to Bulgaria to do some work not long after the Iron Curtain came down, and it was some work to help set up community foundations when I was working for a community foundation. So this must have been 30-odd years ago, or 30 years ago, 28 years ago, a while ago, 30 years ago. Let's just stick with that. And it was really interesting because the community foundations that were being set up there, they had all the passion, all the enthusiasm in the world, and they just needed some people just to say, do this. And I was one of the do this people. Just go over and just tell them exactly what to do. But when I arrived in Bulgaria, my luggage didn't turn up, which can happen. It's British Airways, so fair enough. Wait a minute, I've got a bunch of comments coming in. There we are. Never mind the quality, feel the width. That's the one, Noel. Yes, that's what people say. So I would, I remember thinking, not to worry, I'm flying with British Airways. They'll get me some more clothes. So I got in touch with British Airways and they said, go to a local shop, buy some clothes and get a receipt. This is your budget. I thought, oh, that's quite nice. I'll get some new clothes. And there was a Benetton right opposite the hotel. So we were staying in the best hotel in Sofia. And this Benetton had just opened opposite. I thought, oh, well, I'll go there. But our lovely host said, no, it's too expensive. Instead, you need to go to the local department store. And I went to a department store and I bought 2 shirts and 3 pairs of underpants. Tell you what, that thick, that's the underpants. When I got home, Christine absolutely howled at the underpants that I bought. They were massive. They were like these vast underpants, but also they were about that thick. And the shirts, I think we call them shackets now, don't we? You know, those thick shirts that people wear like jackets. They were shirts. They were dress shirts. I bought 2 of those, and I bought 3 pairs of underpants. Anyway, so I was thinking about this because last week this arrived. Now, those people who publish books will know that sooner or later you have to flip your book over to Amazon, which is fine. I think the world is like that right now, and Amazon very much do print on demand. And you can order a sample copy. So I ordered the sample copy. It says not for resale on the front. And I got it. And I thought, it's all right. It's all right, but it's not brilliant. And the reason why it's all right, but not brilliant is that this is my version. And when I picked this one up, and I picked this one up at the same time, something struck me. First of all, the color's slightly out. You can see that. It doesn't look as golden. It looks a bit kind of greeny rather than golden. But also the width. See, it's thinner and not quite as big. And the reason why is because of the quality of the paper. So Amazon, when they do a print on demand, they use much poorer quality paper. So you can tell because when you do this, listen, nothing. My version, aha. That probably shows it more than anything. The other thing is you can just tell by the print on the front. And then when you go inside, you have a look at beautiful artwork that was done by Matt Bird, the typesetting. Just go to a page like that, which is the front of a section. And it's crispy clear, absolutely crispy clear. And now I've lost the page 143. If I find the same page in the Amazon one, you'll just see it just looks, probably can't tell on there, but not as good. Not as good. Now, why would I be telling you this? Because I think it's important that we tell people about the quality of something. If we have something and it's good quality, we should share that it's good quality and talk about the features and the benefits of that. For example, I wrote down here a few reasons why I think if you're going to buy a copy of See, Smile, Say Hello, a lot of people have, by the way. Thank you to everybody who has already bought a copy. You can see I've got a few left. I've got 75 left over, and I'm going to sell those. And then after that, it's all going to be print on demand. So if you want to get one of these nice ones, actually, I've got a QR code, haven't I? I set this up before. There we go. Do that. If you're watching on Instagram, you just go to Michael Heppell, Heppell, michaelheppell.com/books. And it's the first one on there. And you click the button and you'll go through to the link. And you can get this one. Now, I send them out on Mondays and Thursdays. So if you order today, it'll be signed and sent out to you today. If you order tomorrow, it'll go out on Thursday. And you'll get one of the really nice copies. It's something about it, isn't it? There's something about a good quality book. So I wrote down a few things. First of all, where is it? Yes, the reading experience. High quality paper and printing make reading more enjoyable and creates less strain on the eyes. Of course it does. Durability. Superior materials ensure longevity. Now, that's not my language. You know, I asked my ChatGPT to come up with this. I gave him the brief and I said, come up with 5 reasons why printed like this is better than the other one. And it says, superior materials ensure longevity. I wouldn't have said that, would I? A well-crafted book is not just a reading material, but it's also an object of beauty and pride. Well, absolutely. But here's what I want you to do with this one. I like when people get a book and they fill in stuff and they write notes and they stick post-it notes in and all that type of stuff. Most of the books that I've got around here, they're all hidden away at the moment, but most of the books around here are all full of notes and things like that because I love making notes when it comes to books. But then I thought, what else? 2 bits of paper today, lots of content today. What else would it be worthwhile paying a little bit more for? Now, here's the weird thing, by the way. You know, you wouldn't pay any more to get this one compared to that one. That's strange. It'll be the same price when you buy it on Amazon as it is when you buy it through directly from me right now. But the quality's better. I thought of a few other ones. I'd like your thoughts on this as well. So add to the list a mattress. It's always worthwhile spending a little bit more money on a mattress. If you're going to have a third of your life in bed, spend a little bit more on a mattress. Shoes. Buy cheap, buy twice. Is that what they say about shoes? Or is that just anything at all? Buy cheap, buy twice. Shoes, a good pair of shoes are so worth it. I've got some Oliver Sweeney shoes. I don't know why it keeps doing the thumbs up thing on Instagram, but is it me who's doing it? See, you can't make it happen when you want it to happen. But when you don't, it just happens all the time. Yeah, so shoes. I've got a pair of Oliver Sweeney shoes that when I bought them, I thought, oh my goodness, this is a flippin' fortune. It's an arm and a leg that I'm paying for these shoes. Still got them. Still wear them for most live events. Can walk for miles in them. They're always comfortable. I've had a couple of new soles on them, a couple of new heels on them. That's all. Absolutely fabulous. Really, really fabulous. So shoes. Next, coffee. Would you agree with that? It's worthwhile paying a little bit more for a good quality cup of coffee. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say presenting and coaching, the stuff that I do. If you pay a little bit more for a really good presenter, it'll pay off tenfold. I was talking to a new client last week and they were superb. They were one of those people, they rang me up, asked if I was free on the date, said, we've heard a lot about you. We want to do this. Can you do it? I had a little chat with them. They were great. They were so good. It was brilliant. And so I said, and then they just booked me straight away. I said, wow, that's brilliant. They go, yeah, we just know that it's going to be worth every single penny. And I was like, wow, that's so good. And I've had other people, and they just try and chip you. Well, such and such did it for this price. Well, book them again. Oh, great, go for it. Well, they were all right, but they weren't brilliant. I know. Book brilliant people. Pay them their fee. Next one was knives. Yes, knives. That's a classic one, isn't it? If you pay a little bit more for really good knives, they'll pay for themselves. They'll stay sharp, and obviously keep them sharp, but also they last forever. Healthcare. That's got to be one. Investing in healthcare. If you don't invest in your healthcare, if you don't do good quality stuff now to look after yourself, you will be desperate to pay for good quality stuff later. So you might as well pay a little bit for it now. I'd love your thoughts, by the way. Time with people. You can spend hours with someone and feel drained, or minutes with a high quality connection and feel like you've had a life-changing moment. Pleased with that one. Content. I think I do a pretty good job with content. I always think about it. I always plan it. I rarely do, the excuse things that a lot of people do. Sometimes people just, they just read something out to you, or they'll, use one bit of material 28 different times. That's probably quite sensible in some ways. I know the content people would say to do that, but I like to create new stuff all the time. So I do a Magic Monday. I do my general email that goes out on a Thursday, my newsletter that goes out to everybody. I do 2 specialist things each week. So I'm always sharing specialist things and specialist ideas, and sometimes with my individual coaching clients, and I send out some special stuff to certain groups. And I try to be original. I'll not just try, I am original as much as I can every single time with content. And whenever I do videos, for clients, I always do my best to make it unique. I don't want to do the same thing over and over. So I recreate stuff and I redesign stuff. And I think that's important to do that. So that's the thing today. Feel the width. The example. Books. It's the perfect example. Which book would you rather read? This one? I'll do the noise again. Or this one? Yes, I know which one you'd rather have. And it's your last chance to get See Smile, Say Hello, the original printed copy signed by the author. You can use the QR code that I've just had up for far too long now, or you can, if you like, go to michaelheppel.com/books and you'll find it right there. Hope you've enjoyed today. I have got a wonderful week ahead. Loads of great stuff happening. I'm excited about my week ahead. Shall we see who's here? I think we should. So Noel is here from Nuneaton, and he did that nice quote, never mind the quality, feel the width. Dave Rogers is here from Womborne. Now, Dave had a brilliant weekend. Dave did a TEDx talk, and it's a big deal doing a TEDx, and not everybody who applies gets to do it. There's a lot of people who would love to, but they don't get a chance to. You have to have really good quality material. I know that Dave will have absolutely smashed it. I can't wait to see the video when it's produced. It's going to be superb. So congratulations, Dave. Boom, boom, boom. TEDx speaker. Mike is here, and he says, many of my favorite science fiction books from the 60s and 70s are yellowed now because the paper is poor quality. Well, sometimes that happens with paper anyway. But listen to this. Boots in the Ragged Trusted Philanthropist. Good ones last for life. Cheap ones wear out quickly. A poor person pays more over a lifetime. Couldn't agree more. That's what I've just been saying. Thank you. Have a brilliant week, everybody. I will see you next Monday for more Magic Monday Live. Bye.